Let us look at function template. Here I am writing one function for finding the maximum of two integers. So I am calling the function name as maxim, and I will send two arguments, a and integer b. Now in this one, just say return a greater than b, then return a, otherwise return b. So using ternary operator, conditional operator, I have written this code. This is finding the maximum of two integers. Now one more function I want, that is float maxim, same name, but it will be finding maximum of two floats, float a and float b. And here also I have to write on the same logic, return a greater than b, then return a, otherwise return b. So I have two overloaded functions, just logic is same, number of parameters are same, but the type of parameters are different. Instead of writing these two functions separately, I can write a single template function which will work for both and also for other data types. So let us define a template function. Template class T. You can give any name, not just T. T is for template, so that can be easily identified, so that we use T. Now what is the name of a function? Maxim. And what is the return type of a function? It's integer in case of int, and it is float in case of float number. So it should be a generic one. So let us take it as a T maxim. And here, what are the parameters? It may be integer or float or double, anything. So let us call them as a TA and TB. Now let us write a function. Here I will write on the same logic, return a greater than b, then return a, otherwise return b. Now I don't need these two functions. This function will work as these two different functions. I'm not getting an error, that redefinition of a function, because already integer and float I have defined. So this will be acting as a double, long, char for all other data types. But if I remove these definitions also, now that function will act as integer and float type also. So let us see, by calling this function cout maxim, pass 12, 14 and endl. So this function should be called by passing integers. Now cout maxim 2.3, 1.4 and endl. Yeah, I am able to call the same function by passing integers also and by passing floats also. Just 1 minute, these are not floats. By default these are doubles. So yes, this became doubles, these became double. So if I want to pass float only, then I should write float literal, so that is 2.3f, 5.6f. Now these are floats. This will work perfectly. Yeah, single function is working for all three types of parameters, whether they are integers or doubles or floats. See, 14, 2.3 and 5.6, it's working perfectly. So this is how we can write generic functions or function templates, we call them as. Now one more interesting thing I will show you here, that instead of 5.6f, I'll just remove f. See, it's an error. No matching function for call to maxim. Why? What is the reason? See, this is a template T and both these are T only. When I have given one parameter as float and one parameter as double, then it is unable to judge which data type should be selected. So it's causing ambiguity, so it's unable to decide the data type. So that's why it's giving a message that no matching function call for maxim. So both these arguments must be same, because there is only one template argument that we are using T, and T is used throughout this function. So it's used here also and it's used here also. It's the same T. So if this is giving a data type to that T as integer, then this must also be an integer. If I make it as double or float, then here also I will get an error. There is no such function which is having one is integer, other one is double. This function, both the data types are same. So be careful with this one. Anyway, this is a syntax error. It's not a big problem. So I have given the same argument. So that's it. It's working perfectly. So this is how we can define template functions. I'll give you some challenges on this one so you solve those problems, and you can practice this one by yourself.